boss.
Bam! My people, it's about that time. If this is your first time tuning in, congratulations, baby. You are now rocking with the best. My name is BK, known as the Crypto Trader, and I am the boss of these charts, as you will soon find out. Before we jump into it, I want to go through a few of the new community tools. So without further ado, first up, TradingView. These are all free resources, guys. I do my best to make you money 7 days a week because the markets don't sleep, and this is where I post the charts so you can get a piece of the pie to eat. BDKelly1203, TradingView.com. Check me out on there. I post free charts every time I'm in there, just to give you an update and insight on the market. Then you jump over to the #1 Bitcoin group in the world, #1 Bitcoin on Facebook. Check it out. I'm sure Mark Zuckerberg know me by my first name by now, BK the Boss. Type it in on Facebook. Come on in. The doors are always open. And then when you're ready to put down 2 and pick up 6, jump on over to Patreon, where we have different levels. Just type my name right up top, BK Crypto Trader. We got 100+ people holding me down on Patreon. This is the money team. $50 a month for the Cryptopolis report, $100 for the profit package, and $250 for the boss alert messages, where every other day you getting an update from the boss BK. Bam! It's just that easy to get paid. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your time. Make sure you like and subscribe right now. Join the money team. The doors are always open. 120 nations and counting. This is the fastest growing crypto community in the world. You are officially a part of history. Now let's go ahead and make this money.
Like a boss.
Huh.
Live from the USA, helping you get paid every day. This is the boss of Bitcoin, the Cristo of crypto. It's your boy BK. And if you don't like me, you must not like money. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Today I have another edition of Death of the Dollar. Gonna be using some CJB data, you know, to source some of this information. I think it's very important that we all get on the same tune, on the same frequency, because right now there's a jangling discord throughout the ecosphere with regards to macroeconomics, and a lot of people have their values misconstrued with this fiat maker slave labor debt paper known as the US dollar. So over the next couple of minutes, I hope to enlighten those willing to listen on how we can rectify that situation. If this is your first time tuning in, congratulations, baby. You are now rocking with the best. My name is BK, known as the Crypto Trader, and I am the boss of these charts, as you will soon find out. Every day I grace this microphone with my voice is another day you get the profit as a result. Today is no exception. So let's go ahead and get to our content for today. First things first, this is a economical discussion. A lot of these discussions I categorize and break out into the Cryptonomics playlist. So if you are just now getting familiar, you know, with some of the macroeconomic terms, and you want to learn more about fiscal policy, how money works, what is money, how do banks work, all of this I've broken out, and then ultimately how can you benefit by being on the right side of that transition on the blockchain. I've given a lot of this information, categorized it into the Cryptonomics playlist. This is kind of the collegiate section of the boss method curriculum. So check that out. You know, if you want to know more information with regards to this type of content. So we go to CJB website, you know, and they talk about the world economy, global debt. It's a new record, $247 trillion. It's like it's just, you know, the number that never stops growing. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I remember when I was younger, it was like 20 trillion, and they were saying that was a lot. And now, you know, 10 times. And where's the ceiling? Who knows? When will it stop? You know, once people decide that they don't want to play Monopoly anymore. And I said it's exceeded the debt to GDP ratio. I think this is a very big one. I might do another breakout video on this in particular. This one, you know, little indicator. But essentially, it's exceeded 318%. So what that means is that the GDP is your gross domestic product, which is essentially the economic value of output you have as a country, and the debt is your input. So how much money are you taking in as debt versus selling or giving away as GDP? And debt is on top 3-to-1, which is absolutely ridiculous. That means for every $100 the world makes, they're taking in $318 in debt. Just think about that for a minute, and think if this is a part of, you know, the economy that you want to be involved in. Who is making these decisions? How is that even possible? We're net negative 318% for the entire world, right? A number that doesn't even make sense, right? So if it doesn't make sense, I learned a long time ago, if it looked like a duck, talk like a duck, and quack like a duck, you know, chances are it is a duck. And let's go look at the duck below the surface. They talk about this is unprecedented. Nobody saw this coming. I can't believe that we've accumulated this much debt. It's all household debt, and you know, we have some corporations in there that are just way overextended. They will use 18 to 42 different words in one show to try to confuse and befuddle you without any resolute call to action, right? So essentially they talk around the problem. This is the problem. Corporations get money for free. Banks give these multi-billion-dollar corporations billion-dollar lines of credit to, quote, stimulate the economy, when all that does is siphon more money, more value from those that don't have it through what we know as inflation. It's actually corporatized catastrophic extortion, but we've come to call it inflation. That's kind of the household word. And, you know, inflation is 2 to 3% a year, which means that over the course of 20 or 30 years, the price of everything doubles. This is why, you know, those of us 30 and over, we remember going to the grocery store when we were younger with a $5 bill and getting anything we wanted from the candy section, like walking out with a bag full of candy like it was Halloween. Today, you could barely get 2 candy bars for $5, let alone a whole bag. That's not because the candy is more expensive. That's because the dollar is worth less and less and less. And this is because the debt that's behind that dollar is growing. It's an inverse relationship between debt to GDP, slave labor debt paper to actual output value, and the slave labor debt paper is always increasing in value, right? So that means whatever money you have in your wallet, it will be worth less and less and less and less and less in the future, because this money will be continuing to go up forever. That is just modern day economics. What does that mean? What does that look like? Dow 20,000. Coincidence? I think not. This is how the modern day economic system, catastrophic capitalism, that's how it works. And as we all know, the rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. That means that the entire world, all $247 trillion worth is wrapped up to a big ball and chain called debt. That's why we have to trade our lives 30 years hoping that we can get $20 an hour plus benefits. That's not making it. that's not your path to salvation. That's not, you know, but that's what people strive for. I just want benefits. Benefit of what? Of being a slave? Of trading your whole life for security? You realize the reason they call it security is because you got to trade 30 years of your life for it, and you are the corporation's security. You understand? Before you get any benefits, you giving away 30 years. You done accumulated a couple $100,000 in debt to a mortgage, a college degree, a new car, and you think you live in the American dream. Well, it's turned into a nightmare, and that nightmare has spread throughout the world. This is, they call it the debt champions. Notice they only update it every 10 or 20 years because they don't even want the slaves on the plantation to know that they're slaves on the plantation. So they just put this in, you know, the EU commissions, the IMF, International Monetary Fund. That's a pretty big publication, by the way. But they say US, Japan, Germany, Italy, Brazil, France, UK, India, China, Spain, Canada. Essentially the superpowers of the world are also the biggest slaves of the world. Now you have the opportunity to make a choice, and that choice will be, do you choose to continue to play this game that they're playing? It's called modern day slavery, backed by slave labor, private owned, banknote, fiat paper. And this is what it looks like when they talk about it on television. They confuse you, befuddle you, and talk around the fact that you have no value as long as you value fiat, slave labor, debt paper known as dollars. And the great awakening amongst us is upon us. So let this be a call for an uprising, like my man say, even though he only talk about one thing on his channel, and I don't think it's too positive, but nonetheless, the great awakening is coming. So let's allow those enlightened enough to wake up, to be the voices that lead us to the salvation that awaits once we break that ball and chain. That being said, it's that time of the day. Signing out. This is the boss, your boy BK, no matter where you stay. Brazil to Bay, California, all the way back out through Germany. Good night, good morning, and good day. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your time. Those of you just getting set up, you can jump on over to bossofbitcoin.com. You will see myself on the top, you know, giving a presentation to some people, letting them know what time it is. And this is your opportunity to obtain true financial freedom. I've developed an algorithm, a method, a metric, call it what you want. It is the truth. It's called the boss method. It works. And I have several opportunities available for you on that website to get involved and make some real deal life-changing money, right? Click on products, check it out. I don't need to gas it up. I don't need to sell it. But it is there if you want that. Thank you for your time. Thank you for this opportunity to share this information. I do appreciate each and every one of you that share this video. You know, it's pretty amazing. Sometimes I look in the little analytics, we get 15, 20, 50 shares. You know, just copy and paste the URL, text somebody you care about. Let them know this is the dawn of a new cycle. And that cycle is upon us today. Till we meet again, stay cryptic, y'all. Peace.